It appeared that Guillaume had formed a strong alliance. However, it would not take long for it to lay in tatters. Guillaume and Harold would come to clash at one of the most infamous battles in history.
Post-match screen. Cross button. Play. Circle button. Back. Try. Loading screen. Loading in progress. 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 Loading screen. Play button. Cross button. Play.
It is January the 5th, 1066, and Edward the Confessor, King of England, is dead. Harold Godwinson, Earl of Wessex, is elected King of England the following day by the Witan. Harold also claimed that Edward named him his successor upon his deathbed. For Guillaume, this was an absolute betrayal. He believed the throne of England was his by right. He needed to ferry a massive army, with their supplies, armor, weapons and horses, across the body of water now known as the English Channel. He began construction of a dockyard capable of building his fleet.
Wait, me? Io ma sono la cosa. Buon lavoro. Ci sono messo. Vado a lavorare. Benefect. Corso obbedienza.
With his fleet now built, Guillaume set about the momentous task of loading his forces.
Corso obbedienza. Che demandes? Quedmondes. Cursa Obeyans. Servientes. Attention. Pace. Escoltier. Cursa Obeyans. Mandement. Viette. Perfecte. Si. Patrodite ordines.
With the winds now more favourable, and reports of Harold's army marching north to fight off a Viking threat, Guillaume was finally ready to launch his invasion. He plotted his course and set sail for England.
Si. Cursa Obeyans. Quedmondes. Quedmondes. Comprendo. Cursa Obeyans. Simovo. Prompt. Si. Inspecte. Servientes. Attention. Commandes. Quedmondes. Mandement viette. Perfecte. Mano. Coupé. Tous mauvais. Cursa Obeyans. Prompt. Simones. Pace Stolce. Perfecte. Audite. Ordines. Mano. Servientes. Attention. Siboles.
Norman historians tell us Guillaume received consent for the invasion from Pope Alexander II, thus making a conquest of England a holy mission. Guillaume would land at the old Roman fort of Pevensey. The Anglo-Saxons had taken up residence inside, but they would prove no match for Guillaume's trained soldiers. He landed his forces and took the settlement.
Mondes.
Dansez votre commande. Leggere sus et vers cadei.
Si.
Cum grand course. Si voleis. Comprendo. Cavallo ici. Respect. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Respect. Ambulo. Cum grand course. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
De bataille à Barrietsbus et Alex.
Les Malsons sont ici.
The promise of land and riches in England had spread far and wide. Knights and mercenaries alike flocked to Guillaume's cause in the hopes of attaining great rewards, a large number arriving from the recently subdued Brittany.
Of honor e forza.
Vini, vini,
Alex couvert. Barrietsbus de périr et Alex. Allons y revenir. Bataille Serchun. Sergent, allons trouver les ennemis. Pensez pour penser de vos armes. Allons! Sist cum est de baron!
Languier Barat. Indanno Sud! Vigilo! Languier Barat!
Odite, servientes!
Sicos. Indanno Sud!
Adens por battaglia!
Sì, sì! Uscito!
Onore e furia soldato! Uns armes appareients e allez!
Guillaume now had a foothold in England. From here, he would have time to secure his location and resupply his forces before marching north and meeting Harold in battle. It would be at Senlac Hill that Guillaume, Duke of Normandy, would come to be forever known as William the Conqueror.
Post-match screen. Cross button. Play. Circle button. Back. Triangle button. Microsoft account sign in. Signing into a Microsoft account is optional. Now would be a great time to update your Age Insider profiles. We've rolled out new questions under user information and data preferences. Be sure to update this information so you have the best chance at being selected for beta and feedback opportunities. Not an Age Insider? Side main menu. Play page. 1 of 5. You have a new daily challenge or recent event. The Crucible button. Item 1 of 4. Cross button. Select. L1 button. The Crucible button. Item, Welcome to Age of Empires 4. Introducing some new and exciting mechanics in Age of Empires 4. Whether you're a long-time Age of Empires fan or a completely new player, you'll benefit from learning some of the basics by completing Art of War challenges or campaign missions. Square button. Proving Grounds. Triangle button. Campaign. Circle button. Main menu. Campaign page. The Rise of a King Town. Item 1 of 6. Cross button. Select. The Normans Town. Item, The Rise of Moscow Town. The 100 Years' War Town. Item 4 of 6. The Mongol Empire Town. The Sultan's Ascent Town. The 100 Years' War Town. The Rise of Moscow Town. The Normans Town. Item 2 of 6. The Rise of a King Town. Item 1 of 6. The Normans Town. Item 2 of 6. 1066. The Battle of Hastings button. Select difficulty. Story radio. Easy radio button. Story radio button. Item 1 of 4. For new players who want to enjoy the campaign and learn how to play with little combat pressure.
Some events leave a deep mark on history, but none on the land. This is the site of the Battle of Hastings. After almost 1,000 years, no traces of the bloody conflict can be seen. But here, the fate of England turned. It's where a king was killed, and his victor claimed the throne. October 14th, 1066. We know what happened here on this day, thanks to this. The Bayeux Tapestry. A carefully preserved, illustrated record of events. It shows the main players. Harold, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon King of England, and his challenger, William, Duke of Normandy. William claimed the previous king had promised him the crown. So, he assembled an army and prepared to sail to England to fight King Harold for the throne. But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north. Another threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them. In France, William waited for the right conditions to sail across the Channel to England. The weather cleared. He seized his chance. 250 miles north, Harold had defeated the Vikings. Now, hearing of William's arrival, his army sped south. At 9 o'clock in the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men. The stage was set, and up for grabs, England itself.
Loading screen. Loading in progress. Loading screen. Loading in progress. Loading screen. Loading in progress. Play button. Cross button. Play.
On October 14th, 1066, William of Normandy stood ready for battle at the base of a hill. The high ground belonged to King Harold of England and his Anglo-Saxon army. Here, on this hilltop, the fate of England would be decided.
Obéir, c'est vertu.
Auditez.
Je cours, je suis votre servante.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the shield wall.
Donnez-moi vos avis.
Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would not yield. As one man fell, another took his place. Overlapping shields in tight formation made for a near impenetrable barrier. Realizing his army could not break the shield wall, William called for a retreat. He aimed to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation. William's feigned retreat was working. The Anglo-Saxon army broke their shield wall formation, leaving gaps for William to make a move. With Harold's men no longer in shield wall formation, William could pick them off as they charged. The Anglo-Saxons had deployed rows of spearmen to push back the invaders. But William had an answer. His sharp-eyed archers. Anglo-Saxon archers joined the fray, and the Normans' deadly cavalry ready to charge. But first, William's forces had to eliminate the enemy spearmen. whose sturdy polearms could easily bring down a horse. With the threat of spearmen cleared from the field, William's cavalry was free to charge at the Anglo-Saxon archers. The Anglo-Saxon army was in disarray. Their shield wall had been neutralized and their numbers were dwindling. Now the only thing standing between William and victory was King Harold himself. The last of Harold's men encircled their king, prepared to lay down their lives to save his. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death, while others scattered in panic. Leaderless and defeated, the last of the Anglo-Saxon army fled for their lives. The Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England was just beginning.
Post-match screen. Cross button. Play. Circle button. Back. Triangle button. View all. L2 button. Difficulty. R2 button. Notifications. 0 new items. R3 button. Groups and chat. 0 new items.
At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations. Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge. But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders. Together they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls. But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control. William had no choice but to order his men north, But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter?